Hey guys, welcome back to Board Watch. I'm Brian.
And I'm Joey.
And we are about to watch Season 2, Episode 2. I know there was like a lot of questions that we asked in the last episode. It's probably going to be a really long one. I already have a feeling with that. So I just kind of wanted to save some of the questions for before this episode. It's going to be really quick. Because we didn't really talk about Stannis that much in the discussion for Episode 1. So, first off, Mr. Biggles this is kind of before you met Stannis, but Ned was the only person talking about giving the throne to Stannis. What kind of person did you think Stannis would be before you met him? And now, in general, Juan McIlwain wants to know your initial thoughts on Stannis and if he will be able to take King's Landing. So,
nice.
So pre-thoughts on Stannis and now post-thoughts.
Pre-thoughts on Stannis, just when I heard about everyone, they kind of painted him as a picture of like I thought of him more of as a brute and like of a sheer warrior, and I thought of him as more of a maybe even like another form of Robert. I mean, he was Robert's brother, and so I didn't really know he was going to be where he is. So those are my initial thoughts of him, and I didn't think he was fit to be king. I thought it was just going to be like a warring state, and not like a militarized state. And so now seeing him, I don't like the lady in red, or
the red woman.
The red woman.
Yeah, Melisandre.
I don't like her sway over him, especially him to be able to abandon his gods to go to this new god.
The Lord of Light.
The Lord of Light. Anytime you can just abandon your beliefs like that so quickly, and I don't feel like any confidence at all in his face nor his demeanor. He walked away from the entire event very fast. I don't know what the point of all of that was.
Well, and it all seemed kind of staged, being like, oh, history tells of a person who's going to draw a fiery sword, and it's just like, you're burning effigies, and he just pull. Of course the sword's going to be pulled.
Yeah, and then he like sticks on the ground, doesn't even take it with him, and like I don't even feel like he really was trying. So I don't know what all that has. She also poisoned somebody right off the bat.
No, actually, he was trying to poison her.
Oh, and she just couldn't be poisoned.
Right.
I see, but I don't know why he took it himself then.
He was just trying to do it for the greater good. Like, you saw Davos being like, don't do that, because, you didn't really know him by name. Sir Davos.
Oh.
He was the person that...
I see. So I wasn't sure exactly. I didn't know if she poisoned her.
No. Like, he was trying to poison her, and just for the sake of, getting Stannis back on the track with the old god, or, sorry, not the old gods, the seven.
The seven.
The ones that, their family has been... behind for a while.
Yeah,
so,
he doesn't really seem like a sure leader to me. I mean, somewhat more, because I feel like he does have a pretty good grasp, almost on the Tywin's level of the entire situation, and that's pretty important. But again, I feel like he has a lot of shortcomings, and I feel like he's a lot more confident than he should be. I feel like I'm just now getting introduced to him, but I mean, right, I don't feel like he's as formidable a force as he thinks he is.
All right, cool. So, like I said, we just wanted to do really quick stuff. There's been lots of questions pouring in, which is great.
Thank you guys.
We always love, because it makes my job a lot easier, because the more questions you guys ask, the less I have to ask. So, I'm going to shut up. Let's get into episode 2.
Thank you.
Boy. Lovely boy.
What do you want?
A man has a thirst. A man does not drink for a day and a night. A boy could make a friend.
I have friends.
This beer before I skin you.
A man does not choose his companions. These two, they have no courtesy. A man must ask forgiveness. You're called Ari. This man has the honor to be Jurgen Jackal, once of the free city of Flora.
Beer, you little shit. Get us beer!
Should have asked nicely.
Come closer, and I'll shove that stick up your bunghole and fuck you bloody!
The boy has more courage than sense.
Come here!
Lauren said none of us were to go near those three.
Come here!
They don't scare me.
When you're stupid.
These gutter rats belong to the Night's Watch now. That puts them beyond the reach of kings and queens. It's a funny thing. People worry so much about their throats that they forget about what's down below. Now, I sharpened this blade before breakfast. I could shave a spider's arse if I wanted to. Or I could nick this artery in your leg, and once it's nicked, No one around here knows how to unnick it. We'll just keep that. Wood steel is always needed on the wall. Seems you have a choice. You can die here at this crossroads a long way from home, or you can go back to your city and tell your masters you didn't find what you were looking for.
We're looking for a boy named Gendry. He carries a bull's head helmet. Anyone turning him over will earn the king's reward. We'll be back with more men.
Oh god, that's not good.
You make me wait a long time, but your friend keeps me company.
We were just speaking of your bravery in the victory against the Stark auxiliary forces.
Was quite a battle.
I heard you suffered a terrible head wound. The Northerners are such fearsome warriors.
Now he knows
And
that he
I
was
tell him
there.
the story of how we meet.
To find so lovely a creature working in your father's kitchens, it almost beggars belief.
I don't like threats.
Who threatened you?
I'm not Ned Stark. I understand the way this game is played.
Ned Stark was a man of honor.
And I'm not. Threaten me again, and I'll have you thrown into the sea.
You might be disappointed in the results. The storms come and go. The big fish eat the little fish, and I keep on paddling.
Jon Snow's gonna kill that guy.
No.
The dad? Or
Ghost? No.
I'm calling it right now.
No. What's the way? Shoot. Shoot!
Because he's gonna see him talking, and then John's gonna save him
Alright.
because he's gonna try to get him. I'm calling it right now.
You shouldn't touch me.
Oh. Oh. Right.
What? No, it sounds a bit mad. No, it doesn't sound a bit mad. It's impossible.
Lord Commander, we are sworn to protect.
We can't take it.
Please, sir, please. I can still run if I have to.
It's just not possible.
I'm going to have a baby. If it's a boy,
It's a boy, what?
You want us to risk our lives for you, and you won't even tell us why.
When he kills the boys?
Why'd you do that?
Then what? Ask her a question.
You were cruel. Cruel? Sam, are you in such a hurry to lose a hand?
I didn't touch her.
No, you just want to steal her. What do you think Craster cuts off for that?
I can't steal her. She's a person, not a goat.
Not a ghost.
You don't need to see this.
His blood of my blood. Who did this?
Calpono, perhaps? Called Yagon. You don't like the idea of a woman leading a carousel?
He will like it far less when I am done with him.
I intend to serve as Hand of the King until my father returns from the war. And seeing as you betrayed the last Hand of the King, well, I just wouldn't feel safe with you lurking about.
What are you doing? My friends at court will not allow this. The Queen herself.
The Queen Regent. And you're a fool to believe she's your friend.
We shall hear what Joffrey has to say about this.
No, we shan't. There's a ship leaving for Eastwatch by the Sea tonight. From there, I'm afraid it's rather a long walk to Castle Black. I hope you enjoy the wall. I found it surprisingly beautiful. In a brutal, horribly uncomfortable sort of way.
The lads will escort you. The streets aren't safe at night, my lord.
These men are under my command. I command you to arrest this cutthroat.
His name is Bronn, and he is the new commander of the City Watch.
What?
So smart. Put your own people in like, God, I love Tyrion. This is what I'm talking about. Tyrion for president. Big Tyrion. Brains and broad, non-stoppable match.
Who asked questions?
Hand of the king. Hands of the king. Lord Arryn came first, a few weeks before he died, and then Lord Stark came. A few weeks before he died.
Lord Stark.
See? Asking me questions is bad luck. He'll probably be dead soon.
What did they ask about?
My mum.
Who's your mum?
Just my mum. Works in a tavern, died when I was little.
And who's your father?
He could be one of those gold-hatted bastards for all I know. What about you, anyway? I thought they were after you. Why? Did you kill someone, or is it just because you're a girl?
I'm not a girl.
Yes, you are. Do you think I'm as stupid as the rest of them?
Stupider. The Night's Watch doesn't take girls. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, that's true. You're still a girl.
I am not.
Yeah, well, pull your cock out and take a piss then.
Pull your cock out and take a piss.
I don't need to take a piss.
Do you still know your way around a ship? Have these hands ever touched a rope?
Don't you worry about my hands. The sea's in my blood.
Your blood will be in the sea if I don't watch where I'm going.
I have a proposal from my father. And we're making king again. And me after him. You may get to stay in the castle tonight if you're lucky.
Is that an offer from my future king?
In order to be a future king. You can tell your grandchildren about this now.
I don't imagine it'll be a story fit for children.
I'm your son. Your only living heir. Who else?
Oh my god!
I told you to
It's
wait
his sister?
outside.
Oh my god! He just felt up his sister. What the fuck is wrong with this show?
With a cock is easy to fool.
Oh god.
My dear.
Yara?
So good to see you, brother.
Oh my god.
This is a homecoming I'll tell my grandchildren about.
She can't lead an attack.
And why not?
You're a woman.
You're the one in skirts.
This isn't Winterfell, boy. Your sister took over command of your eldest brother's ship after your new father killed him. Once dead, may never die. The only nights she spent off this islands have been spent on the sea. She's commanded men. She's killed men. She knows who she is. No man gives me a crown. I pay the iron price. I will take my crown. That is who I am. That is who we have always been.
Come with me and plunder the greatest city in Westeros. You'll be the richest man in Leeds, and the most famous. They'll be singing songs about you as long as men have voices to sing.
Salador's son is a good name for songs.
It is.
One thing, I want the queen.
Queen?
Cersei. I want her. I'll sail with your fleet, all 30 of my ships. And if we don't drown at the bottom of Blackwater Bay, I will fuck this blonde queen and I'll fuck her well.
This war isn't about you. We're not attacking King's Landing so that you can rape the queen.
I'm not going to rape her, I'm going to fuck her.
As if she would just let you.
I'm going to know how persuasive I am. I never tried to fuck you.
I never tried to fuck you.
Stannis is the rightful king.
It wasn't you who gave the order, was it? Joffrey didn't even tell you. Did he tell you? I imagine that would be even worse.
He did what needed to be done.
You want to be hand of the king? You want to rule? This is what ruling is. Lying on a bed of weeds, ripping them out by the root one by one before they strangle you in your sleep.
I'm no king, but I think there's more to ruling than that.
I don't care what you think. You've never taken it seriously. You haven't. Jamie hasn't.
It's all fallen on me.
As has Jamie repeatedly, according to Stannis Baratheon.
You're funny.
You've always been funny. But none of your jokes will ever match the first one, will they? You remember, back when you ripped my mother open on your way out of her and she bled to death.
She was my mother, too.
Now they're gone. For the sake of you.
The lure of life shines through you, young warrior.
She's for sure fucking him. Not him, but the other guy.
Like literally.
Like literally fucking, yeah.
What did you say to him?
I told him death by fire is the purest death. And she's given you nothing. No sons. Only stillborns. Only death. I will give you a son, my king. Son.
Oh, Lord. Saw that going. Is she wearing pantyhose? Oh, she's up in the orbit. Jesus, 3 bumps and all that decision making out the window. That's how the White Walkers allow him to stay there this entire time through all of it, is that he gives them their son as the offering, maybe, if that's the White Walker.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Cressra at all during
But
last episode, so this
yeah,
is actually
so
kind of a good, it's nice and fresh in our minds, good time to talk about that. So, yeah, he has only daughters. Well, he
technically has only daughters now,
yeah,
because he killed all
and he
his
marries them and
keeps giving them
keeps
children.
on having kids. But for some reason, there's no boys, and
now we just found out why. Wow. And I believe that was because I thought I saw blue eyes, and unless there's some other beast that we don't know about, I'm assuming that's a White Walker. And that means that that's somehow, I mean, obviously he has to have some type of agreement with them because he's not getting killed every time. A, when the winter comes and has been coming, and B, because he's been giving them children to eat. And probably a good abundance of them, because there's a bunch of women, and they probably don't always have women.
Right.
And so there's probably a good amount of kids coming out of that camp, especially with all the women that are there. Wow, that's so messed up.
So, where do you see that going? As well, I mean, you just saw what happened to Jon Snow. What next?
God, I don't know. That scares me because, I mean, I don't think... Obviously, I don't think Lord Mormont, or Jorah Mormont, Master Commander, knows about the White Walkers like that, but even before so, because, I mean, he was surprised when all that stuff was happening. I mean, I'm sure he knows of lore, but I don't think he thinks that they were, like, imminently giving them children still.
Okay.
And so, I think it's a secret, and so that being, I mean, he was being pretty hidden about it, but I don't know. There's something deeper there, because even Georg was kind of like nervous around him, or at least respecting him. And yeah, that's because probably he's had to deal with them in the past, and the fact that like he keeps the peace But the fact that the fact that he wouldn't have just said we're taking this place and who is he gonna
right?
He has defend him. He has some type of power behind him, and I don't think it's the king, and so that maybe that is the White Walkers, or maybe that is whatever he's been appeasing or been so. I don't know what that thing was, but if it is a White Walker, then I think it's something very deep. Then
okay. And keeping on this whole thing, Sam is brave.
Sam is
probably
brave.
the first time he's ever been told that.
Yeah, and he's feeling brave too, enough to even ask John about keeping her, and as if she's not a goat. Yeah, Sam is coming into his own a little bit, and I love Sam's resound for what's right and wrong. That's very, very big points in this show, and so I think Sam's, a good beacon of light for hope in that, and I think he's Jon Snow's Jiminy Cricket, and so I think he can hopefully persuade Jon to fix whatever wrongdoing there is out there, right there.
Now, Gendry and Arya kind of know who each other are. Well, Arya doesn't know about...
I'm sure she'll figure it out, though.
Now, actually, speaking of Gendry, Dr. Longclaw kind of wants... Oh, wait, no, sorry. Wrong one. That's later. Niner Miner wants to know, will Gendry find out about his true parentage, and if he does, how?
Yes. And I think he'll hear it from someone. It's already been going around.
Because I remember you said, the episode that we met him, you thought he already knew.
Yeah, I thought he already knew too, so obviously he doesn't. So, which was a wrong prediction by me. But, so he doesn't know, or at least he's putting on that he doesn't know. And I feel like since he's already piecing together the fact that everyone who comes to visit him and ask about him has been dying, including Hands of the King, and there might be word sent that there's been bastards being killed, and maybe he'll piece it together from there, or someone will just talk about it because of what's been going on with the Cersei and Jaime, and then he'll piece it from there. Well, that's a rumor. Then why would they even be looking for me? Maybe it's because of the fact that I'm a bastard. So, but Joffrey was the one who sent out for all that, and probably out of his fear that there would be some type of uprising, or maybe his frustration and disgust with his father, or his pseudo-father. His real father's chained up to a post right now, thank God. But I feel like Gendry will rally behind it. If anything, the seed is strong. And so I feel like maybe he's already showed signs of leadership, so maybe he'll be a good second hand if they do make it to the wall. Maybe he'll be a good second hand to Jon, or a good ally to Jon once he gets there. But I feel like he's a good ironsmith, a good fighter, and a strong-willed person who's, obviously he's treating Arya well already, so that's a good sign.
You saw Tyrion kind of cleaning house, sending Lord Janis away to the wall. He's I don't trust you. You betrayed the previous hand.
He's so smart. He's so smart, because everyone just ignorantly does things on this show, and they just don't think of the repercussions or what people's actual motives are. And he knew where that guy's loyalty stands, and he knows that guy's in charge of and that's what pissed Cersei off, because that was her person, and now that guy's gone. And now, in a way, Tyrion is in charge of even though I don't think he could just, overthrow the King's command. I think the Golden Cloak, or what is it, the City Watch?
Yeah.
The City Watch, I don't think the City Watch would necessarily listen to him over the King. But having Bronn in control of the City Watch, and that's a huge step in power for Tyrion. Thank God that he did that. But Tyrion's my man. I love Tyrion.
So, Yara, Theon's sister, fucking.
Oh man, that was crazy.
Well, now think about it. Theon hasn't been home in over 9 years, so his sister was
very young. Probably he didn't recognize 5 to 6
her.
Years younger. Yeah, that was disgusting. Yeah, rough time for that one.
But
she
was fucking with him, and now her father actually favors her,
Yeah,
So,
understandably.
which-
I mean, she's still there. He was gone.
You know,
I mean, I kind of saw that happening. That's why I was kind of worried about his loyalty to John Rob, because of the fact that like he obviously still does want to earn his name and his rightful title, and like he has, as much as he is loyal, he also has all kinds of other ambitions that worry me.
So yeah, that actually kind of leads nicely into... So Niner Minor, again, as well as Dr. Longclaw. So Niner Minor wants just your general impressions of Balon Greyjoy, his dad. And then Dr. Longclaw is like, will Balon not helping Robb strain the relationship between Robb and Theon?
Yes. I don't know where Balon, at least from what was left here, I don't know what his intentions are. Because he just said, who said anything about the Lannisters, so I don't think he wants to take control of the Iron Throne, Balon Greyjoy, at least not right now.
Okay.
And so, not from what he said. And so, if that's not the case, and he's willing to let Jon Snow still be the king of the South, and or the North, the South, king of the North, and let Balon be king of the Iron Islands, then you know, everything would be good. But I mean, if Balon's trying to fight for the Iron Seat, then the Iron Throne, then obviously there's going to be conflict. And I feel like then at that point, then I feel like Theon would betray Jon, which I'm scared about. If there was a way for his family.
So you think his allegiance is more towards his family?
I think right now it's with Jon, but it's going to be tested.
Jon or Robb?
Or I keep saying Jon, Robb. I think right now it's with Robb, but I think it's going to be tested, and they could go either way with it, and I'm hoping they don't go the way that I think they're going to go. But part of me really feels like he's going to betray Robb, and so I feel like when that does time come, it'd be for his father, for his own rule. Because, you know, at the end of the day, as much as he wants Robb to be successful in this, I feel like he also does want... But then I also feel like he's okay, because they get spin it either way. Like, I don't know how ambitious he is, because he could be perfectly fine with him being king of and ruler of the Iron Islands alongside Robb, which would be the more noble route to go, or he could want to be the king of, you know, Westeros, and so
so you got a bunch of different kings popping up. You got Stannis, who's claiming to be king. You got Renly claiming to be king. You got Joffrey claiming to be king. You got Robb claiming to be king of the North. You've got Balon wanting to be the king of the Iron Islands, and hell, even north of the Wall, they're talking about how the wildlings have stopped fighting each other and they're starting to come together, and now there's a king north of the Wall.
Yeah.
So, kings everywhere.
And the king north of the Wall, don't know now, but
they mentioned his name, that he used to be a Master, that he used to be a former member of the Night's Watch.
Oh, okay, so yeah, so then honestly, maybe he knows that, or no, he might have, because everybody has to have their own force, and I feel like maybe his force, or he can, there might be something to say for him having control, or not control, but having an alliance or some type of force with the White Walkers eventually, but...
With the wildlings with the White Walkers?
Possibly, or...
It's kind of like what Cresser's doing right now.
What?
The guy that's giving his sons away.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like that. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Or they're... Because, I mean, apparently their numbers are larger than any kings, which who knows? But, I mean, there's still a huge wall and just strategical positioning if they really fight. So I feel like they have to have their own... Because if you technically think about, like, the dire wolves with Robb, and you have the dragons with Daenerys, and I guess just people, and I guess money would be for the Lannisters, but I don't know, I just don't see them being a formidable force, but I feel like that could be leading on to something that's all coming from the Wall at one time.
Right.
A unifying thing, possibly.
So, I mean, we're already 2 episodes into Season 2. Things going kind of how you thought they would be going? Or, I mean, obviously they've introduced quite a few new characters, and so, like, there's still so many ways that it could go from this point.
No, I know. It's hard because, you know, the roadmap keeps getting bigger and bigger, and so as much as everything, like, could happen, everything's branching out, but...
do you want to make any predictions for this season, or is it still too early?
It's still too early. because I feel like I can kind of get their pace a little bit, but right now I just haven't really gotten their pace. But my predictions are Joffrey's going to get out of rule by the end of the season.
So not necessarily die, but you're saying at least get out of rule.
Joffrey will be out of rule by the end of this season. Everyone will be disbanded. The Iron Throne will be gone by this end of this season.
Wait, the Iron Throne will be gone?
Or not gone, but I don't think anyone will be in command. I think, like, as if Jon won, I feel like everyone... Or Rob, I keep saying Jon. That's how much I'm stuck on Jon. I love Jon. I think Rob will succeed, or everyone fighting against the throne will succeed in some way to where everyone's disbanded. Prediction, the White Walkers and or that other king come towards the end of that season, or even at the end of the season.
So they're all divided.
And they're all divided, and then that brings...
Not united.
They're not united, the fight comes, and then they kind of have to start figuring out how to unite against that.
Okay.
And then that'll be like the lead into season 3, if everything goes... I don't know the pacing, because that could be technically still what happens, which I think that will happen, but that could still happen later on. I just don't know how the pacing is going to be.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Like you said,
it could be 2 seasons. It could be this season. But
Right.
I do think though that within this season, Joffrey will be gone.
Will be
we'll remove, not gone.
Removed from power at the very least.
At the very least, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Possibly dead.
All right, yeah. I think that's a good place to end it. So keep putting questions down there. Like I said, the more questions you guys ask, the less I have to do. It makes my job so easy.
Good questions, really good questions.
Yes, absolutely. And so yeah, until next time.
See you guys next
time.
Thank
you.